Denver 7 On Demand is brought to you by Ferguson and BAC Appliance Center, the best in bath, kitchen, and lighting for your home.
Good Wednesday morning. I'm Molly Hendrickson.
And I'm Nicole Brady. Here's the latest from Denver 7.
Lawmakers at the state capitol today will discuss a controversial bill that would make major changes to sex education in Colorado schools.
And the changes include making sex ed more inclusive. Denver 7's Micah Smith is here to break it down.
House Bill 1032 would require schools to teach comprehensive sex ed. That means kids would learn about consent and personal boundaries, and schools would be banned from teaching abstinence only as the best way to avoid sexually transmitted diseases. The bill would also teach kids to be sensitive to LGBTQ relationships. Archbishop Samuel Aquila is speaking out against that portion of the bill, saying, quote, "God made us male and female, and the comprehensive curriculum teaches this is not true." The Colorado Republican Committee is responding to the proposed bill as a whole, saying it's an example of Democrats forcing their agenda on kids. But the bill's sponsor, Representative Susan Lontine, says the bill doesn't force beliefs on students, but it does promote respect for different kinds of relationships. Lontine says the bill would not change the law that allows parents and school districts to opt out of sex ed. Lontine says if the bill passes, for those who do not support comprehensive curriculums, they could always choose that option. Reporting from the Capitol, Micah Smith, Denver 7.
Meanwhile, Denver teachers plan to rally outside the state capitol today after school to demand higher pay. Right now, we are still waiting to hear if the state will intervene between the teachers union and the school district to prevent a strike. There is a chance the two sides may be able to reach a compromise because the union and the district will meet once again for negotiations tomorrow evening at 5. Denver 7 will be at that meeting to bring you updates throughout the night.
The Denver DA has dropped charges against 5 staff members at East High School for failing to report the sexual assault of a student. They include the school's principal, vice principal, 2 deans, and a counselor. A female student reported being assaulted by another student off campus in 2016. Because both students were minors at the time, state law requires school officials report the accusations to law enforcement. Parents say that didn't happen. The student is still suing Denver Public Schools over the incident.
Funeral services are happening today for Adams County Deputy Jesse Jensen, who was shot and killed by officers during a chase a week and a half ago. Tomorrow, Deputy Jensen will be laid to rest at Fort Logan Cemetery. Jensen was off duty when a LaSalle police officer shot and killed him during a chase. Investigators have not explained more about what led up to the shooting or how Deputy Jensen was involved in the chase.
Right now, Park County deputies are developing a 3rd sketch as they search for the killers of 17-year-old Maggie Long. The new sheriff has brought a renewed focus on this case, revealing just this week Long was burned alive inside her family's Bailey home in December of 2017. Last night, investigators took questions from the community. They also handed out flyers with photos of items stolen from the home, the 2 sketches already released, and photos of the cars the killers may be driving. Investigators hope to share a 3rd sketch in the next couple of weeks.
The question of what defines public consumption of marijuana is front and center in Denver this week. Steve Burke, one of the co-founders of the International Church of Cannabis, is charged with a misdemeanor for public and open consumption of marijuana. At issue is whether an invitation-only 420 event held at the church should be classified as public or private. Right now, state laws don't define that, but yesterday, in a twist, the judge in the case gave jurors a definition in his juror instructions. Our partners at the Denver Post report that Judge Johnny Barajas came up with the definition based on the dictionary and public ordinances. According to that judge, openly means completely free from concealment, exposed to general view or knowledge, and publicly means in a place where the conduct may responsibly be expected to be viewed by a member of the public. The trial continues this morning and is expected to last another day or 2.
A brand new homeless shelter starts accepting applications today to help others in need in Denver. It's Denver's first homeless shelter in 30 years. It's in Denver's Sloan's Lake, in that neighborhood there. The Dolores Project in Rocky Mountain Communities developed an entire city block. They say it's not just a shelter, but low-income and workforce housing that helps move their guests toward stability.
It took us years and years to put together this project, and it's so needed, but we need 100 Arroyo villages to solve the problems of homelessness in Denver.
The shelter will open in mid-February, and the low-income housing will follow in March.
Well, our heaters have been working overtime in these recent cold temperatures, and now the city of Denver is making a new investment to help people pay heating bills. Denver 7's Eric Lufer has a look at how that money will keep a vital rent and utility assistance program going.
I'm Eric Lufer. Denver's temporary rental and utility assistance program will continue through 2019. That's thanks to City Council approving $2 million additional dollars to help fund the program through this year. That makes it a $4 million program since the beginning, which was in November of 2017. Now, it's meant to help people facing a housing crisis and eviction. It also helps people who may be struggling to pay to keep their homes warm. Since the program's inception, it has served 1,100 households. Rental assistance has been provided to a little more than 1,000 of those. 77 households received utility assistance, and we all know how important that is, especially during the cold months. Mayor Michael Hancock says this program is available to anyone who needs it.
It could be a medical bill all of a sudden, an accident, something where they have a temporary, very brief interruption in their employment. Whatever it may be, this fund is available to help people.
If you want assistance, you can just get on the web right now. Go to denvergov.org/housing. I'm Eric Lufer, Denver 7.
A new report from the American Lung Association finds Colorado can do more to reduce tobacco use, especially e-cigarette use among teens. The CDC recently reported a 78% increase in teen e-cig use, and the Lung Association says that makes smoking prevention even more urgent. The Lung Association gives Colorado a D rating for tobacco prevention programs and an F for state tobacco taxes. However, Colorado's overall smoking rate is unchanged at 14.6%.
Tonight, the public is invited to learn more about a new section of trail planned near Golden. Right now, there's a short section of trail at the mouth of Clear Creek Canyon. Jefferson County plans to expand that trail up to Tunnel 1 and eventually through the canyon. The trail is called the Peaks to Plains Trail.
Peaks to Plains Trail is the quintessential Colorado project. It's going to one day connect the Loveland ski area all the way down to the Denver metro area following the Clear Creek. Drops 5,600 vertical feet over 65 miles.
Well, you can learn more about the trail to Tunnel 1 and see preliminary designs tonight at a public meeting at the Golden Community Center. That's from 5:30 to 7:30.
Colorodo's neighbor to the north is moving closer to getting rid of adjusting clocks during daylight saving time. The Wyoming State Senate will consider the so-called Mountain Daylight Time bill. It already passed the State House on Monday. The bill needs to pass the State Senate, and Wyoming must need 3 of its 5 bordering states to also make the change. If passed, Wyoming would be designated as Central Time Zone. It would have standard time all year long. That means it would always be an hour ahead of us, sometimes the same time as us. Opponents say it's critical for border states to follow suit so residents don't have to adjust every time they leave the state. Here in Colorado, efforts to end daylight saving time have failed in 2011, 13, and 2017. It will be brought up once again tomorrow in a House committee.
Well, we know it's a month past Christmas, more than a month, and most of you already have your lights down. But if by chance they are still up and you live in Boulder, you better get to work. Boulder implemented an outdoor lighting ordinance in November to cut down on light pollution. There was an extension for Christmas lights, but that ends today. The city could enforce the ordinance, but fines or penalties won't start till November of this year.
All right, let's get a check of our forecast. Here's meteorologist Lisa Hidalgo.
Good thing I don't live in Boulder. That's all I'm going to say there. We've got right now a very nice start to our day. It's beautiful. Blue skies, still a lot of snow on the ground, and as you head up into the mountains, a really pretty scene there too. That's the view from Loveland ski area looking off to the east. It's going to be sunshine for the next couple of days and a pretty decent warm up. It was single digits and teens this morning, but we're likely going to be closer to freezing by about 10 o'clock, and then some low to mid 40s this afternoon between 2 and 3. Normal high today is 44. We're expecting some mid to upper 40s this afternoon under that mostly sunny sky. Overnight tonight we'll get a little increase in cloud cover, but it gets even warmer tomorrow. On Thursday we're at 50 degrees, and then on Friday 52. So you're going to see a lot more melting this next few days, but overnight that could refreeze as our temperatures drop back into the teens and low 20s. Looking ahead to the weekend, the mountains will start to see some snow Saturday night. We've got a shot at a few flurries here in town on Sunday, tracking a weak cold front, and that's going to likely bring us down into the 40s, low to mid 40s, you guys, on Sunday.
Well, the next time you want to check to see if your lottery ticket is a winner, all you'll have to do is pull out your phone.
The Colorado Lottery just updated its mobile app to allow you to scan barcodes to see if you're a winner. The scanner works for the Mega Millions and Powerball drawings, along with scratch games and other lottery drawings. The app also lets you submit tickets for bonus draws, so you have a second chance to win.
Well, this has been your Denver 7 On Demand update. Thanks for joining us.
And make sure you check back here later today for another update and download the free Denver 7 app for breaking news and alerts. Have a great day.